Welcome to Redneck Light. Ever wondered how to fix a leaking small tire without shelling out for an entire wheel assembly? Today I'm going to show you the absolute cheapest and most practical way to fix your mower, golf cart, or anything with small pneumatic tires by using an inner tube. Even if your tires came tubeless, you can almost always find a tube that'll fit. Stick around, because when you're working on a budget, little redneck attitude can save you a lot of money. You won't want to miss this. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Redneck Light. Today we're going to be fixing the front caster tires on my ride mower. The front tires have started leaking air a lot. Now the correct way to fix those is to just replace them. You buy new wheels as an entire set. Problem with that is each wheel is anywhere from $50 to over $100. Now I have thought about just getting foam filled tires, no flat tires. I've read different things online that sometimes they get flat spots and they don't work right. So what this video is about is to fix these tires the cheapest way possible. But I've opted to actually put tubes in them. Of course, I came to find out it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. I've already put a tube in this one, and I mean, it beat my butt. You can definitely do it with hand tools, but it took me at least 2 or 3 hours. I know that one day I'm going to have to deal with these tires, and I've got a few other things that use these same kind of pneumatic tires. So I went ahead and bought a mini tire tool that allows me to mount on my tires much easier and manually. It's not that expensive. And if you think about the economics of it, I could buy like 15 pairs of tubes before it would have been cheaper to buy new wheels. Point is, if you don't want to spend $50 to $100 on a wheel, you'd rather spend $10 on a tube, this is the video for you. So let's get started. So like I said, I already took care of this wheel here. Another advantage of this is the tubes come with these little bent valves. This was actually my problem wheel. This one does not hold pressure more than a day or so. Unfortunately, the last time I mowed it was muddy, so the wheel's all dirty, but no big deal. Basically, you just need to put a wrench on this bolt, and then you can take a impact and just pull this nut off. Just for reference, this is a 19 millimeter nut and bolt if you have this particular model of mower. So you take the bolt out, and then in here there's an insert for the axle, and you can just slip that out, and it should have some grease on it. If it doesn't have a lot of grease, then you haven't been greasing your wheel, and you should really do that. We got our wheel here. So first thing we want to do is let out all the pressure. You could sit here and hold down the little button here to take out the rest of the pressure. The problem is, as you're working with this, there's still going to be a little bit of pressure left. What you want to do is remove the valve entirely from the valve stem. And you can do that with one of these tools. And it's a special valve stem removal tool. And these things are just screwed in. You just push it in, unscrew. You pull that out, you won't have to worry about it going forward. In fact, you'll need to remove this from the wheel in order to replace it with a tube. And this is just kind of a rubber boot, and it can be a pain to remove, but you can just, hang on to it real tight with pliers and then just pull it out. So some of y'all are going to think I'm real silly for this, but when I set this up, I did not have any bolts that I could just screw down with. All I had were these eye bolts. So I just kind of made do with what I have. A tip, if you're trying to screw in eye bolts, you can get a wrench, and if you just get the geometry right, you can use a wrench to turn them, especially once you get to the point where they're kind of hard to turn by hand. Like I said, this is definitely not ideal. I would just use bolts and washers. I got my tire changer set up here. I'm going to mount our wheel. Now this little mini tire changer is specifically designed 4 inches to 8 inch wheels, I believe. You can only use one spacer on this. You want to make sure it's real snug. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull out that valve stem. Now that I got this nice and secure, I wouldn't expect to keep this afterwards. There we go. See, it'll come out. It just takes some doing. So first piece of this tool that's kind of nice is a bead breaker. Now this small a tire, you can probably break the bead by hand without an issue, but I'll go ahead and show you how it works. Get all this rigged up. And there's multiple holes so you can get the right geometry on things. Like I said, it might take a minute to get the geometry right on your rim there. Yeah, once you break the bead, there's not much else to it. Get the bead out on the other side. All right, easy peasy. I'm gonna flip it over to the side with the valve stem. You're gonna use this big goofy bar thing to start pulling up on the wheel. Now, you want to use a little bit of lubrication here. You can just use some soapy water and a brush. You don't need a ton. Basically, to take it off, you're going to use the end with this little rounded nub. You're going to shove it down into the wheel. Might take some doing, but really watch for that grease zerk, but you want to get it perpendicular to the tire here. Yeah, it isn't too hard to pull off at that point. Now, we're only going to do one side of this because that's the only thing we need to get the tube in there. The thing about fitting this tube is you're basically going to pull up on this and then kind of shove the tube in there, and you need to get the tube in a place where the valve stem will fit right here. So I'm going to lubricate the tube itself. It's a little messier that way. It'll help it slip around for positioning. Thing is, if you don't have the experience to do this, if you've never done it before, you got to give yourself some margin for error. And by lubricating the tube, you give yourself a little bit of that margin for error that someone at a tire shop who's done this a million times doesn't have to worry about. And then, yeah, you're just going to kind of work that tube into the tire. Okay, like I said, you're going to make sure your valve stem is lined up with the little hole in the wheel. Get it started in that hole, and then make sure that valve stem is positioned. So now we come to the hard part, which is putting that bead back in. Now these tires will stretch a lot, but you've got to put a lot of force into it to get them to stretch. This end of the tool's got this little flat bit. This is what you're going to put in, and it's going to go underneath that little piece there. So what you want to do is you want to hold the tire kind of in place while you work this tool, because basically as you come around, it's going to want to fight you. Like I said, this is the hardest part. If you have a friend, hold the tire in place, and if it comes out, you just kind of have to work it back in. Yeah, sometimes you just got to keep working it both sides best you can, a little bit at a time. You got to get a better angle at it. That's where this comes in handy. It's just one pin, and you can turn it around. There we go. Now, as much trouble as I had with that tool, try doing that by hand with some little spoons and flathead screwdrivers. Okay, and we check the valve stem here. For the most part, it's still centered in place. And when you're airing it up for the first time, make sure you get a good seat with your tool. Make sure the valve stem's in place, and then just fill it very slowly. Just a little bit at a time. We're at about 10 psi now. Work on the tire a little bit, make sure everything feels right. I think the key here is you got to use lots of lubrication, and then really be careful not to nick the tube or get around the valve stem. Now we're going to put the wheel back on. So you can take your axle here. You can spread a little bit of grease on it. I'm going to grease it up once we've got it in here. Make sure your valve stem's on the outside of the caster. I guess it really doesn't matter since it's going to be on a caster anyway. And really, you're just going to go till it's tight enough. Now, the last thing you absolutely need to do is grease this up with a grease gun. Man, I tell you, grease guns are the worst. I got this little right angle thing to help me grease these casters, and Works pretty well. I just got to lock it on. Get that driven in till it starts coming out the sides. It'll take a surprising amount of grease. Once you see it starts coming out of the sides, give her a spin, and you're set to go. All right, so hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's not the hardest thing to do, but it may not be the best idea. I messed up 2 tubes just trying to mount it inside those tires. That tool made it 1,000 times easier. So if you get nothing else from this video, I would say if you can afford it, just replace the wheels. If you can't afford it, this is a viable option though. You just got to be careful with putting that tube in there. So like I said, hope you enjoy the video. Like, subscribe. I've got everything that I use down in the video description, all the tools, the tubes. Anyways, if you'd like to support me, click on those affiliate links. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you think I did everything wrong. This is always going to be a learning experience for me, so I'd love to get your feedback, what I could do better next time. Just let me know. We'll see you next time.